Hey everybody, it's Michelle from Gringo Life Brazil, about 7:30 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Welcome back. So I got the VW cart built, and earlier this morning, meaning me and a few family members, attempted to pick up the body off the chassis and put it on the cart. We did successfully pick it up. However, when we went to put it on the cart pretty much collapsed. I mean, the body hit the cart kind of on the side and the back. My wife and her 19 or somewhere in the back. I was in the front. In hindsight, I think maybe I should have went in the back. It's heavier, but the cart collapsed. It was an epic fail, which you'll see in the next video. However, thankfully, no one was hurt, including the VW body. We put it just on the floor now. One of the things that I realized in the build was that the length of the screws that I was using was not adequate for holding all the wood pieces together. So I'm gonna correct that, and then we'll attempt to put the body back on the cart once it's put back together. Thankfully, this didn't happen while I was working on it, inside working on it, or even on the outside while I was on the cart, and it fell over on me. So I'm really thankful that, like I said, it failed, but no one got hurt, and it failed before, I was really doing any kind of work on it. So like and subscribe. This is reality. This is what happens. You kind of learn from your mistakes, and hopefully the mistakes aren't, harmful. But I did push the chassis out into the driveway. I did a little bit of pressure cleaning on the transmission, which was very bad, and did a little bit of an inspection on the chassis, which it looks okay, but there's some things that, I'm kind of on the fence about. We'll talk about those in another video. Let's see if this lifts up a little bit. Well, that side's coming up right here. But over here on this side, it seems like it's stuck. That 19mm bolt on the other side. Got it out. So you can see I was screwing around just to see if the body was going to come up, and sure enough it did. I got it high enough to put a brick under here, so I'm going to lower the front end and then see if I can get the back end loosened up. So we just attempted to lift the body off the chassis, which we got it up off the chassis. But as you saw in the other video, we had an epic fail. So now I gotta go get some more supports. I think I can see where the problem is on the VW cart, although these was built to specifications on the plan. So this is one of the top pieces that the VW body would sit on that completely came off. And like I said, in hindsight, I think I should have searched for longer screws. Unfortunately, the hardware store I went to, the longest screw they had was an 80 millimeter. And as you can see, you know, I couldn't really see how far it was going into the other piece of wood that would be sitting right here, but you could see it wasn't much. So I went, found a store today, and I got a much bigger screw. So you can see that it's going to be biting into the wood a lot more compared to this one. The one on the top is the one that was actually installed. The one on the bottom is the new one. So I'm going to be using those. I'm going to replace all the screws with this new screw here. And hopefully that'll do it. But I think that's really what the problem was. I'm also going to add some more cross braces. I did on the side, but I'm going to do in the front and the back just to be super safe. So what I'm doing here is I'm going through the existing holes and drilling them a little bit wider for the new screws that were thicker than the original screws. This particular wood is not pine, and it's very dense and hard here in Brazil. And I had a hard time using an impact wrench to try and get the new screws into the wood. So I got all the new screws that are longer and wider, put in all the tops. And I also went down to each brace that's going down to the bottom piece of wood, put a screw there on each of the 4 braces on the bottom. So that should do it. I'm gonna put the wheels on.
Round 2.
And tomorrow we'll make another lift attempt. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beetle Life Brazil. My name is Michelle. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video. We had a couple of challenges lifting the body up off the chassis and onto the VW cart. As you saw, it was a total fail the first time, but we regrouped, got everything together, and we got it done. Please like and subscribe. Join us in the next video. I'll be removing the front suspension and the transmission off the chassis. So from Sao Paulo, Brazil, ciao.